Hello. So today we will discuss the transfer analysis of LTI systems. So LTI system is a linear and a time invariant system. So the transfer domain analysis of an LTI system is first started off with an LTI system, the block diagram, with input x of n, the LTI system characterized by the impulse response h of n and output y of n. So for such a kind of a system, the input and output relationship can be expressed as this y of n can be expressed as x of n convolved with h of n. So this is a well-known formula where y of n is x of n convolved with h of n. So we have already seen in the properties of Z transforms, we have seen convolution property. So convolution property, the statement says when the time domain signals are convolved in the Z domain, the convolution becomes multiplication. So we get multiplication in the Z domain. So stating the property y of n is equal to x of n convolved with h of n, Z transform pair is yz is equal to x of z into h of z. Please note this, that convolution in time domain becomes multiplication in the Z domain or in the Fourier domain. All of them we have seen even in the Fourier transform also. Fourier transform will be seeing that it will become multiplication. So convolution in time is multiplication in the frequency domain or in the Z domain. So we can write h of z is equal to yz divided by x of z. So we can retain h and y divided by x. So time domain we have used all small letters, and Z domain we have used all capital letters. So this is a very important relationship. H of z is equal to yz by xz. This is called as transfer function of the system. So if it is asked to define what is a transfer function of the system, you would go with this simple block diagram of stating that for an LTI system with input x of n and output y of n, where output can be written as convolution of x of n with h of n, and using the convolution property, you can come up with what is transfer function, that is h of z is equal to yz by xz. So this is a very important thing. So as good as when you take the frequency response or you convert h of n to h of z will be yz by x of z. So this is the transfer function of the LTI system. All things are related to LTI system. So the next thing is relating transfer function to the difference equation. Whenever we are talking about discrete time signals, we will be talking about difference equations. Whereas when we are talking about continuous time, we come up with differential equations. So since Z transform, we are working on all discrete time signals, we will work on what is called as difference equation, difference, difference equation. So on a general note, a difference equation can be represented, the general difference equation we can represent it like this. The nth order difference equation relates the input x of n to the output y of n. So this is a very important formula. You can make a note of this formula, where the input and output are related like this, where ak and bk are their respective input output coefficients. So summation k from 0 to n, ak y of n minus k, y of n is a discrete time signal, n minus k means time shifted signal, ak is nothing but their weight or its coefficient, is equal to summation k from 0 to m, n and m we have maintained different, the order is different, bk x of n minus k. So the x is the input and bk is its weight. So this equation is a generalized equation which relates the input and the output with their corresponding coefficients. So this, we are starting on a general note, and we say that we know the Z transform of yn, which is yz, and x of n is nothing but x of z. Now, by applying time shifting property, because we see in the general equation, we have y of n minus k and x of n minus k, which are nothing but time shifted signals. So when we shift them, what is time shifting property stating? It states that y of n minus k's Z transform is whatever was the time shift. So z to the power of minus k into yz. X of n minus k z transform is z to the power of minus k into x of z. So this is straight away from the property statement what we have discussed along with proof. So we are writing the time shifting property which says that y of n minus k z transform is z to the power of minus k into yz, and similarly for x of z. Now we are applying this time shifting property in our equation 1. Equation 1 was a generalized expression for relating the input and the output, that is a difference equation, generalized difference equation. So ak was a constant, we can take it out. Summation k is equal to 0 to n. Now what was, we had y of n minus k. So y of n minus k z transform is what? Z to the power of minus k into yz. So applying z transform on both the sides, we had actually y of n minus k. So y of n minus k z transform is z to the power of minus k into yz. So it is accordingly replaced here. Similarly, bk is a constant which is taken out. Summation 0 to m, and x of n minus k z transform is z to the power of minus k into x of z. So we have written their respective z transforms in the difference equation. Now, making a small simplification, we can write that now yz has no work inside the summation, so we can take yz outside. Similarly, x of z has no work inside the summation, so we can take it out. So yz by xz, and then regrouping the terms, we will get summation 0 to n ak z to the power of summation 0 to m bk z to the power of minus k divided by summation 0 to n ak z to the power of minus k. So we will arrive at what is called as, what is actually yz by x of z. We have seen in the earlier discussion what is yz by x of z. Output divided by input will give you what is called as transfer function, which we typically represent by the letter capital H. So this is the transfer function of the given LTI system. So h of z is equal to summation k from 0 to m bk z to the power of minus k divided by summation 0 to n ak z to the power of minus k. So this is how we will get the transfer function given the coefficients of the input and the output respectively along with their z transforms. So in terms of the summation expression, we can get h of z like this. So this is a very, very important relationship. Equation 5 is very important. So this is about a theoretical note on what is a transfer function of a given LTI system. So with this short introduction, we will try to solve a numerical where h of z is given, and we will try to find out the difference equation description for it. So let us take up the first question. Find the difference equation description for a system with transfer function h of z, which is given to us. So what we have to do is we have to come up with the difference equation description. So just we have seen in equation 1 what was the difference equation description in terms of ak and bk, in terms of yk and y of n minus k and x of n minus k. So let us see how we can come up with the difference equation description for the given transfer function h of z. So when h of z is given, you have to always spell it as transfer function. So what we will do is there are certain steps which we have to follow. So the first step is we have to rewrite this h of z in the form of with polynomials z to the power of minus 1, because in our difference equation expression we had z to the power of minus k, or you can see that we have come up in the previous expression. You can just see here. So our h of z was in which form? 0 to m bk z to the power of minus k summation 0 to n ak z to the power of minus k. We are talking in terms of negative powers. So in view of that, we will first express the given h of z. If they have already given in negative powers, it simplifies our issue. But if it is given in positive powers, we have to first convert the polynomials in negative power. So what we will do is we will divide both the numerator and denominator by z square. So if we divide it, so this will become 5 If I divide it by z square, I'll have a denominator as z. So that if I put it to the numerator, it will become 5z square plus 2z to the power of minus 2 divided by this term. If I divide it again by z square, dividing both numerator and denominator by z square, I am talking about. So this term will become 1 plus 3z to the power of minus 1 plus 2z to the power of minus 2. So we have successfully converted the given transfer function in terms of negative powers. Now, as we have seen in our equation 5, that is we had expressed the given h of z in terms of the uh, 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 this one, that is difference equation description. We will try to rewrite this also. So h of z is equal to, we can write h of z, we have rewritten this. H of z is equal to summation 0 to m bk z to the power of minus k divided by summation 0 to n ak z to the power of minus k. This is exactly from the standard expression what we derived in equation 5. It is just rewritten back in this equation 2. Now on comparing the standard equation with this particular question which we have brought it to the negative powers, so we can get to know, now if you see the numerator term, what is m? M is the order 0 to m. So b0 z to the power of 0, b1 z to the power of minus 1, b2 z to the power of minus 2. So what is the power of m here? So m is nothing but, for how many terms does it vary? So k will vary from 0 to m. If you observe this, m will be 2, checking the numerator, because the highest power is 2. Now similarly, in the denominator also, it is 1 plus 3z inverse plus 2z to the power of minus 2. So on observation, we can get to know that the degree for the summation, the numerator, that is the highest degree for the numerator, denominator here is nothing but 2 again. So m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 2, because see here, n will, when n is 2, you will get z to the power of minus 2. So that is the reason we get m as 2 and n as 2, that is on comparing with the standard equation. Now we can rewrite the given h of z as summation k is equal to 0 to 2 bk z to the power of minus k, summation 0 to 2 ak z to the power of minus k, where ak and bk are their respective coefficients. Now on expanding this, we can write it as I have just spelled a couple of seconds back. So we can write this b0 z to the power of 0, b1 z to the power of minus 1 plus b2 z to the power of minus 2. Similarly, this is a0 z to the power of 0 plus a1 z to the power of minus 1 plus a2 z to the power of minus 2. Well, let us call this as equation 3. And now on simply comparing this equation 3 with our equation 1, what was our equation 1? What we wrote it in powers of z inverse, the very first expression, you can just compare and you will get to know what is b naught, what is b1, what is b2, what is a naught, what is a1, what is a2. So you can simply say that what is b naught? B naught is 0. What is b1? B1 is 5. What is b2? B2 is 2. Similarly, a naught is 1, a1 is 3, a2 is 2. I will show you down the line. We have come up with the same interpretation. So on comparing b0, b1, b2, a0, a1, a2 coefficients are determined, and we can write that we know that h of z is equal to yz by x of z. This was the equation, and we are trying to find out by cross multiplying yz, just cross multiply. So h of z, which was the transfer function, can be expressed as yz by xz. So which is nothing but 5z inverse plus 2z to the power of minus 2, which we had earlier got. Now we will simplify one more step. Just cross multiply these two, because we need an expression in terms of x of n minus k and y of n minus k, isn't it? So to achieve it, so we will multiply this with this, we will multiply this with this. So we got yz into 1 plus 3z inverse plus 2z to the power of minus 2 is equal to x of z into this particular term. Now on expanding the or simplifying or opening up this the corresponding brackets, we will get yz plus 3 yz inverse something plus 2 yz to the power of minus 2 and 5 z inverse x of z plus 2 z inverse z to the power of minus 2 x of z. Now this was our equation in a relationship between y and x. But we don't want in z domain, we want in time domain, that is x of, in terms of y of n minus k, in terms of x of n minus k, because that was what we started off. That was our first expression, the difference equation expressed in terms of y of n minus k and x of n minus k. So to achieve it, what we can do is take in applying inverse z transform on both the sides. What can we write? Inverse of yz is nothing but yn. 3 is a constant written as it is. What is the inverse of z inverse? Z inverse means, you know, I have told you in my last class, just a few minutes back, z to the power of minus 1 yz was what? We are using time shifting property. Time shifting property means what? Z to the power of minus k k into yz. That was what we wrote. So what is k here? K is 1. So this is y of n minus 1 plus 2 into y of n minus 2. So this is nothing but using time shifting property. Just a few earlier slide we have seen that this is nothing but time shifting property. Y of n minus 2 is equal to 5 times. Now this is nothing but in terms of x, time shifted version of the signal x of n minus 1 plus 2 into x of n minus 2. Straight away we are applying inverse z transform and we got the difference equation description of our h of z. So we started with h of z and we got the difference equation description of your h of z. So this kind of a question is tackled by converting it into the negative power because our generalized expression demanded it, and then comparing it with the standard expression, you will get to know its coefficients, what are a0, b0, b1, etc. And then later on what we have to do is we have to come up with an input-output relationship by in the time domain signal. So we will take inverse z transform after we have brought it, use the corresponding inverse z transform, and you will get an expression in terms of yn and xn, a relationship between y and x. So this is how we will solve such kind of problems in system analysis or LTI system analysis, transfer domain analysis using the Z transform.
Excuse me, ma'am.